No, the curse, that curse has been there for a long time. It's called my internet. It's called crappy internet. I'm pretty sure that was my crappy internet dying. Either that or OBS just derping out. Don't know which. It's looking like my internet, but it's not doing too horribly. Internet from Alaska. Actually, it's internet from the middle of nowhere. It's the best internet you can have out here in the middle of nowhere where I live at. But let me put it this way. I'm in America, right? And America has freaking, you know, a Burger King and a McDonald's on every dang corner of every dang place. I mean, they're everywhere. I mean, you literally cannot go 10 minutes without seeing a freaking McDonald's or Burger King. Both. Side by side. And there is not a Burger King in the entire city. The town, village, whatever you want to call this place. There's not an entire Burger King. We do have a McDonald's though. Not that I would ever eat there, because I used to work there. I know what happens in the kitchen. And it's not anything I would ever eat. Not unless I was gay. Which I'm not. Just clarifying. Says curse. It's a curse of crappy internet. It's a curse of freaking living out in the middle of nowhere. It's a curse of freaking bad freaking luck having bad freaking service providers all the time. And you know what McDonald's tastes like? Well, it depends on if you're in the U.S. or overseas. If you're overseas, McDonald's is supposedly good overseas. If you're in the U.S., on the other hand, McDonald's is the most horrible thing you can ever eat. And if you're in the U.S., it tastes like cum. Like semen. Because there's semen in every bit of mayonnaise there is that's put on those burgers. And they also taste like piss, because there's piss in every bit of freaking mustard that goes on those burgers. And it tastes like shit, because there's shit on every piece of hamburger meat. Because they employ a bunch of doofuses that, you know, dick around in the kitchen and, you know, piss and jack off and wipe their ass with all kinds of shit in the kitchen. So that's the reason why. And I worked there. I seen that, and I immediately walked back into the other room. And yeah, and I seen that. I often went back into the other room. In Sweden, we have a place called Max, which since that's been brought up in this conversation, I don't even know if I want to even Google that. I'm afraid that I'm going to find something like a blue waffle or something. If I Google that. The current conversation going on here. But yeah, I used to work at McDonald's. I know plenty well what happens in those kitchens in the U.S. And my dad's stepson, he, yeah, or my dad's other son used to work at McDonald's too, and you know, it's the same thing. And everybody that worked in the U.S., it's the same thing. Same thing with everybody who worked at Burger King in the U.S. Same thing. $100 miles. Well, your McDonald's would be totally different from mine. So you might actually be able to get good food there. This is what I've been told anyway, from people who have like overseas McDonald's, is that they're actually really good. High quality shit. Or the garbage here. They're like worse than garbage here. I'd rather eat a Subway sub out of the garbage with like infested maggots than eat a hamburger from McDonald's in the U.S. because honestly I catch less diseases from the Subway sandwich in the dumpster than I would from the McDonald's hamburger. Honestly. It was that bad. It is that bad. Sweden is kind of all about quality. How much percent juice is in Fanta? I have no idea. I don't drink Fanta. They don't have that in my area. Well, actually the dollar store has it, but I don't go to the dollar store to buy my drinks. I buy most of my food from Walmart or Kroger's. I buy all my drinks from Kroger's because I can get them cheap there. You know, link to Mac's website. You can if you want. So is it good food or bad food? Good food, right? Think you guys use 50%? Honestly, the percentage doesn't matter. What matters is if it tastes good or not. To me. The only way it would matter is the percentage is if it was 100% or damn close to 100%. Otherwise, it doesn't matter to me. If it's not close to being pure, then the only thing that matters is the taste, in my opinion. Hey, look at this. Mac's Burgers. Those are good. And actually, you're making me more hungry. It's freaking 6:20 p.m. and I haven't ate lunch yet. Because I've been streaming since right before lunch. Oh, that's a horde. I hear a horde of zombies. Here they come. Hey, come down here. I'm going up on my spikes. Oh, I missed. Potato shot. Oh, come on, stop dancing up there. Walk straight. Oh, come on, don't go that way. Do I need to go down here and draw all your attention? Hey, come down there. Come down this way. What the heck? That was a headshot on her and it somehow hit him. Oh, he dodged. That dodge. Oh, I missed. Missed. Oh, that was right through your head. It didn't hit you somehow. Move the bow out of my way so I can freaking see. Oh, that went right through her head. Come on, game. That was a headshot. That was a miss. What the hell are you doing? And you're not dead, even though I just headshotted you. You're not dead. Time for airdrops. Yep. There's a couple more over here. I heard they're beating on. Are they beating on my bat cave entrance? I think that's what they're beating on. You damn bastards. You damn bastard. Get away from my damn bat cave entrance. I need that. Don't you beat on my bat cave entrance. Hey, bastards. What the hell are you doing beating on my bat cave? Hey. 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 Stop that. That's enough. That's enough of that. Oh, come on. That was a headshot. Oh, that was a headshot, too. All these damn crawlers. Oh, that was a headshot. I wish they'd fix their collisions. That was not a headshot, but it still killed him in one hit. Maybe they drove Chip's followers. It didn't take too much damage, just that one block that I can see. But damn those bastards. How dare you come beat on my freaking bat cave. Those headshots though. Damn headshots. And that glitch right there. That glitch entirely. You gotta love glitches like that. At least there's not a hole in the side like there was earlier. Poor Schnitzel. Too soft close. You're just trying to torture me, aren't you, Karen? You're trying to torture me now. I see how it is. Have you ever played Arma? No, I'm not an Armor fan. I'm not really a shooter fan. Not really a fan of shooter type games. Because I suck at them. Really. Because I can't do the camera. I cannot do the camera. When I run around in a game like that, it's something like this, you know. But with my gun facing the other direction. You know, like I'm running around and the camera's spinning like this and my gun's like in a completely different direction than my exit press. What the heck kind of freaking meal was that? Oh god, you guys are gonna make me go eat. You guys are gonna make me take a break and go eat. I have to pause the stream and let's check IR. I don't even know what that is. But still, it's not my kind of game, even if I could play it. Where's the dang? But I definitely can't play it. At least last I checked, I couldn't. Oh, crap. Also, item movements. Yeah, that doesn't work too well. Supposed to. Dang it, care. I'm just trying to hold out the monkey streams and then I'll host him. Stop streaming for the day. So I have been going, well, for 17 minutes since the glitch, since that freaking net hiccup. But I've been going since about 7 hours now. Doesn't work too well on hour 3. I'd assume it doesn't work too well on anything. That's what I would assume. Damn it, care. You just want me to suffer. I see how it is. Just want me to suffer. Or you want me to take a break. Either one. One or the other. You want to see me suffer or you want to see me take a break? Or both. Yeah. It's not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea. Because honestly, it's very, very similar to Call of Duty and Halo, and I mean, it's not much more than the same game with a different skin on it. Honestly. I mean, there are differences, but they're minor differences. Tell me how it's not like Call of Duty. Because I haven't seen much of a difference. I know you can mod it and make a lot of differences, but I haven't seen much of a difference in stock. Yeah, but isn't that stuff in Call of Duty too? Isn't that stuff in Call of Duty too? As well. Not two, as in like the second one. And in their realistic damage model, I mean, Realistic vehicle driving? No, there is nothing realistic about the vehicle driving in that. Trust me, I have seen people driving that game, and they went way the hell off road at 100 miles an hour, running up people over. There is nothing realistic about that driving. That driving is like as realistic as, like, you know, freaking Speed Racer is. It's as realistic as Speed Racer, and there's nothing realistic about Speed Racer's driving. Night and day cycle. What's different between the night and the day? I mean, do zombies run at night? Oh, there's no zombies. There's no difference between night and day other than you have a issue seeing, so there's, like, you know, which, I mean, you can easily edit that in your settings, in your monitor settings. You can turn your brightness up to full, and you know, you can turn, you know, and then you can freaking troll people by, you know, being able to see when they can't, by, you know, just editing your settings. I mean, I'm still failing to see a real difference. I mean, day-night cycles, that's like saying, like, it's like saying, you know, what is it, H1Z1, is it H1Z1? I keep on forgetting, is it H1Z1 that's just a shooter with zombies in it, that took out the zombies and then eventually put them back in? It's like saying that's different from Call of Duty because it's got zombies. It's like, yeah, but it's not different. Well, it doesn't matter when there's nothing to change in the... Is there any gameplay that affects due to the 24-hour cycle? I mean, is there any actual real effect in the game besides not being able to see because, you know, without having to change your settings on your monitor? Is there any actual effect on gameplay because of the 24-hour cycle? What's affected by a day-night cycle? Gameplay wise. Name a few things. I would say name one, but you might be able to actually think of one. Name a few. That's a minor variable change. I mean, it's not really gameplay affecting. It's just a minor variable change in the code. That's something that takes like 3 seconds to freaking incorporate. This, I wouldn't really consider that game-breaking, you know, groundbreaking kind of stuff there. Again, the same exact reply. I wouldn't consider that. That is like, you know, it's like Flappy Bird stuff. You know, it's like putting the 24-hour cycle in was harder than putting that crap in. Yeah, it's Flappy Bird stuff. Yeah, but again, that's easy stuff to incorporate. Yeah, I know they're connected, but that's how you, that's why they're so easy. And I bet you if you slept at night, and I mean slept in the day and went out at night, it would still be the same way. You'd still be derped at night because they put set up the easy ass way. You know. Do I like what myself? Well, I do code a little bit, but not a whole lot. I'm not a good coder. Monkey's a coder on the team. Monkey's a coder. I'm the designer, the writer, sometimes the artist, sometimes the programmer, business manager, marketing. But I do program and art as well. I try to do as little of it as possible, so I got too much on my plate as it is. So like if you want to see something I programmed and did the art in, see here, Ludum Dare. This is a game I made by myself in 72 hours during a competition. And everything except for the song I made myself. It was actually pretty well received. And I'll show you that right here on stream. It's a very short game. It takes like 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes to beat the whole entire game. Where is it? New solo projects. There it is. It's amazing. Here it is. So this is it. Before we updated the logo. It was a game competition. I had 72 hours to freaking make this game by myself. And I slept as well. I didn't stay up all the time. I mean, you can't expect much for 72 hours, but I mean, games can take years and years and years to make, with hundreds and hundreds of people. Woohoo! Woohoo! You can download it on that site. It's free. There's no ads or anything. There's no way for me to make money anyway off of this game at the moment. Sadly. Got arrested for espionage. You wouldn't buy a landslide or buy an asteroid that's no ball. Look, I have a giant ass now. And I died. And there is no restart. There was originally, but not anymore, because it was bugged and I had to take it out before I released it. It was just 2 boards. And I made that game look easy. It's not as easy as it looks. Like, I took it to, you know, many people, and they died many thousands of times before they even got off the first board. Actually, most of them never even got off the first board. I just made that look easy, so don't think that it's that easy, but it's Windows only. But if you want to download it, it's right there in that link. course, your computer will think it's a virus because I'm not a registered developer with Microsoft, meaning that I haven't gave Bill Gates up about $10,000. Actually, I think it's $100,000 to have him list my name, my company's name, as one of the names that is trusted developers. Trusted that they gave him money. That's all that means. Trusted that they gave him money. You trust anybody that gives him money. Anybody who's willing to pay the money is a trusted person. I'll find the real life maps and in-game maps mix. Well, there's nothing new. Nothing gameplay changing either. There's tons of games that use actual real maps in 3D. I know one game that I really wanted to play that I could never get to work because it was really bugged, that used Google Maps, actual Google Maps, and it was a zombie game. It was a zombie survival game, and you had to, it was based it was based on Google Maps. So if you couldn't find a location on your Google Map, everything was done by your, by outbreak based on your area. It was a really cool concept, but I could never get it to work. I think they finally shut it down because they could never get it to work right either. But you use Google Maps. Play. And you move from location to location. Sort of seemed like it was an RTS or something. Kind of. An RTS zombie survival game. That was many years ago too. That was like, I don't know, like 6-7 years ago. Actually, I think it was longer than that. I can't remember. Wish I knew who made that now. Here's the smallest map. Yeah, but what does map size have to do with anything? I mean, do you know what the map size in 7 days is? And how does that make it special? Or different? Really? Is that a copy? Yeah, but tons of games do that. Tons of games do that. I don't know how many shooters do that, but this is nothing new or original or anything that even affects the gameplay. It doesn't affect anything really. And if you're like, it's like I've been there before. I mean, it's really, how does it matter? How does it affect stuff? Map equals gameplay? Well, maybe when there's nothing else. Map does not equal gameplay. Not in my book. Not in my book. If map equals gameplay, then I need to play a lot more friggin' random gens in friggin' 7 days, because there's literally infinite maps because it's random gen. I mean, you can have a realistic one and an unrealistic one all melded into one. I mean, because it's all generated randomly. It may actually generate a real actual location in certain settings. That's my point. It's nothing new. You're talking about that's gameplay. But that ain't gameplay. That's a small aspect of freaking a game. It's not even gameplay. I would, I mean, you can get a mod that has, freaking maps in it, Man, how is that gameplay? I mean, you don't mod game gameplay. I mean, the game's already there. Mods just add to the game. You don't add gameplay to it. They just add to what gameplay is already there. Now, I never said anything. Nope, not really. Nope, not really. And buildings would be part of a map. They're counting buildings and map as something separate. And I don't know. I mean, that's like counting the pencil and the eraser and the clasp that holds it together. It's three different entities. It's a pencil, man. It's a pencil. It's a map. It's a map. It's like, like your map you get on, from like a gas station. It's like counting your map, the compass rose, and the scale, and the name of the locations and the interstates, directory as, all different parts of the... It's like, it's a map, man. It's a map. I'm not a coder. I'm not either, really. I'm not either. Map is a map, in my opinion. Map has nothing to do with gameplay. Not unless there's something in it that makes it special. Now, if the map is, if it's a map and, special map and you have to, there's like trigger points where like, you would kill enemies based on that trigger point, that'd be a different story. Because that actually would be more than a map. That would be a map with functions added into it. But terrain, no. I mean, if terrain was gameplay, then me building this this mountain here is adding more gameplay to the game. This is not. It's not adding a bit of gameplay to it. Not adding a bit of gameplay to this base or 7 days in general. Does not. I mean, sure, it'll make the zombies walk straight, but that's not really a gameplay thing. Of course, with all these spikes in there, they won't walk straight anyway, because it's not done right yet. Yeah, like I said, grass. Have you ever bought a game because it's got grass? Or forest or trees? I've never bought a game because it had any of those in it. You know, I've never bought a game because they had any of those in it. Hey man, you want to buy this game? It's got grass in it. Sweet man, sign me up. I'm down for grass. I mean, why would I buy a game for grass or trees? I mean, when you're talking about gameplay, you're talking about a reason to buy the game. You're talking about something that affects the way it actually plays. You know. Oh, it is almost midnight. Or almost at nighttime. That is not good. I'm not paying attention to the clock. And I'm out of stone. I am out of stone. Okay. Not really. That's just weather effects. That's just a weather system. I mean, you know how many games have weather systems in it? I mean, 7 Days has a weather system in it. And you know how much I care about that weather system? Every once in a while I'll be like, it's raining, it's pouring, oh man, it's snoring, but that's about it. The temperature actually in the game, that does have an effect. But, I mean, it's nothing I would buy the game over. I would not remotely buy the game over that. Matter of fact, that would be a point that would cause me not to buy the game. Because it's not intuitive at the moment. No, it affects helicopters. That's not really. That's just a basic weather system that actually functions. There's lots of weather systems that don't have any functions, but I mean, it's basic functions. And all you have to do is adjust the variables. It's like whenever it's raining, you know, these stats go down. You know, again, that's Flappy Bird stuff. Is there anything that does not involve terrain or environment? Or guns? Because there's terrain, environment, and guns in Call of Duty. It may not be realistic. It may not be as good, but it's in there. Flappy Bird stuff, that means it's easy. Something you can do in, you know, less than a day. Something that requires no effort on the part of developers. Something that should not be looked at to buy a game. I mean, physics takes a long time, you know. But I mean, if you get physics, you know, you get physics. You know, physics is something tons and tons of games have. It's nothing new. Matter of fact, most game developers don't even make physics. Most of the physics are ran off of physics engines that are installed in the tool. Like libgdx, which is what we use, has a physics engine. And if we want physics, all we have to do is hook into that and, you know, there we go. We have physics. And we can tune it to our specifications if we want. Free build for me is good. Yeah, I mean, you know, if you can actually build stuff, you know, craft stuff, then you'd have a crafting game. But the point you're talking about is terrain, physics, and shooting, which is all stuff Call of Duty has. It may be different, maybe better, but it's still all the same stuff. It's like, you know, it's like the, you know, difference between like chocolate ice cream and vanilla ice cream. I mean, they taste completely different, but they're both freaking ice cream. There ain't no denying that they're both ice cream. Just mentioning a modding aspect, you can mod any game. I mean, you can mod freaking Flappy Bird if you wanted. I mean, any game is moddable. It may not be easy to mod, but it's moddable. There's not a game in this world that is not moddable. That's the reason why we have Bejeweled. Because Bejeweled is just, you know, a modded columns, basically. A modded Tetris. Let my mind go free. Let's pull these up in here. Military simulators? Well, military simulator is terrain, guns, and maybe physics for the simulator part. Simulator equals physics and stuff that simulates stuff. Military equals gun and terrain. I mean, it's what Call of Duty is. It's what armor is, as far as I can tell. Can't tell anything different. That's what H1Z1 is. But it has zombies, but, you know, it's still the same thing. Just with zombies. But it doesn't have the zombies in there. I mean... It's not that I hate the game style. It's that I played the game style. It's called 007. I played that game like 40 years ago. And then like every game after that just took that game and put a new skin on it. And it's the same thing rehashed so many times that it's gotten so old that it's like, why would anybody pay money for this? Because, I mean... Who didn't love 007? You know, on the, what was that on? 64? Was that on the 64? The Nintendo 64? I mean, what's the difference between 007, Call of Duty, and Arma 3? What's the difference between, besides graphics? And maybe physics. And I mean, what is the difference? I mean, they're all the exact same game. I played 007 back in my day. I loved it. I played the hell out of it. But I had enough of that game like 400 years ago. I mean, you know, and they're all the same game. It's just you know, 007 with graphics changes and it's like, wait, what? It's like the same thing as like Rock Band 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, it's less different than that. Because at least Rock Band, 1 through 500, and Guitar Hero 1 through 500, and at least they had different songs, which is something that are require copyrights to get. I mean, there is no copyrights to get or anything. I mean, you couldn't, because of copyrights, you couldn't actually put those into anything else without having the copyrights. I mean, to me, there's more difference in between Guitar Hero 1, 2, 3, and 4 than there is between 007, Arma, and Call of Duty. There's actual more difference in the. I see a difference, but I mean it's not a different game. It's a difference, but it's not a different game. It's the same game. Arma 3, what Arma 3 looks like to me is Call of Duty with a mod. That's what it looks like. It's Call of Duty with a mod. Just like Halo is Call of Duty with a mod. Or 007 with a mod. I promise you, you could take 007 and mod it and create Arma 3. Or Call of Duty, or Halo. And I would not pay $60 for a mod. Call of Duty came after Arma? No, honestly, it doesn't matter which one came first. They all came after Halo. They all came after 007. And they all copied the exact same game, which is, all the exact same code. Just different map packs. Maybe add physics in there and whatnot. It's all the same game. There's nothing gameplay-wise different. Don't bring Halo into this. But it's the same game. The same code. I mean, I could literally take Halo, replace the models and the textures in it, and I'd have Call of Duty or Arma. I mean, it's lazy developers what it is. Battlefield's like them too. A rose by any other name still smells just as sweet, as they say. I promise you. If you opened it up and looked at it, I bet you that the difference would be next to nothing. The only difference would be basically who coded it. Sorry, go into it. Well, Halo brought itself into it. It decided to be the exact same game. Just with different skins and everything. Yeah. I mean, I should honestly... AI coding differences? Well, like, nobody actually... It's actually illegal to actually rip off somebody's code. So, I mean, like, every code's going to be different from brand to brand, you know, from company to company, you know, like, you know, Bungie and, you know, whoever makes Arma 3 are not going to use the same code. But they're going to code the exact same thing. It's just, you know, slightly different. But it's like, you know, a difference in, you know, a tomato. Is this a tomato off of this bush, or is this the tomato off of this bush? It's the same kind of bush, same kind of tomato plant, planted in the exact same garden, in the exact same, right side by side. But which tomato, how are the tomatoes different from each other? Well, this one's more round than this tomato. This one's a little bit more red than this tomato. I mean, they're tomatoes. I mean, is every tomato different in such a way that you would buy one tomato over another besides them being bad? I'm not even talking about different varieties of tomatoes. I'm talking about the same variety of tomato. Same exact plant species. I mean, what? That's what I'm asking. Yeah, I know a lot of AI act differently. There's tons of different types of AI systems. There's A-Star, among other types. A-Star being the best kind that I've found. But, I mean, that doesn't really have much of a difference. You know, as of the game. I mean, it's like, do you want dumb AI or do you want good AI? Well, I'll take good AI. You know. Well, I'm up to cutting corners. Let me have the stupid AI over here. You know, people will buy this shit anyway. You know. Fanboy. Not a fanboy. I'm not a fanboy. I just know there's a difference between games and when there is none. All the Kappas. I am starving to death. I'm going to have to end the stream here. Monkey should be streaming later. I'm going to see if I can get him to start right now. We'll see a monkey. It's a different style. Yeah, but styles like pixel art versus vector art, I mean, that doesn't affect the game. Yeah. I was like, you know, I mean, how would our Twitch game be any different if we used, let's see here, 3D enemies over 2D enemies in vector? What you're saying is there's no tactics in that game. Yeah, that's understandable, but that's just level design. You know, that doesn't change the game. You know, that in level design equals terrain. But, you know, and terrain can be downloaded in mod packs. The 3D is big boy stuff. This versus this, there's no difference in half the gameplay. Just a question on what it looks like. Just like the same with graphics. You know, same thing with pixel art versus vector art or any other kind of art. You'd have painted art in your game. There's many different kinds of art you could have in your game. But it doesn't affect how the game plays. Not unless you're actually doing the art in the game. Or actually you draw stuff and it draws it in the game. Somehow, like scribble knots. Oh shit, that's funny. That is funny. But here, view that 3D. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway, thank you all for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. And hopefully Monkey will be streaming later. I can't get on him right now. I will be streaming tomorrow at 11:45 a.m. Central Time. Anyway, until next time, I'll see you guys later. Till then, I'm out.